Welcome to Small Arms Solutions. Today we have a very unique opportunity to look at a very special rifle. Within the last year or so, the New Zealand Defence Force decided they wanted to replace their aging Steyr AUG rifles with a new rifle. There was a competition, and there was several manufacturers, including LMT, Colt, Knights, just to name a few. At the end, the clear winner was the LMT, and the rifles that were adopted were two. One was the Model L, and one is the Model SO, Mars rifle. Shown here is the infantry rifle, which actually will be replacing the Steyr AUGs. This rifle was custom made for their purposes. So we're going to go through some of the unique features of it. The lower receiver is based off of the Mars lower receiver, fully ambidextrous, meaning ambidextrous bolt catch, ambidextrous safety, ambidextrous charging handle, ambidextrous magazine release. We also have the new Winter trigger guard. The trigger itself on this rifle is a two-stage trigger manufactured by Lewis Machine & Tool with their newly acquired wire EDM technology. Two-stage selective fire, safe, semi, full auto. The stock assembly on the Model L is the Stop Mod SOCOM stock. Also notice you have a dry film lubricant that's over the receiver extension tube. This keeps from rattling and making noise. On the back of the receiver extension end plate, on the back of the receiver extension end plate, you have a QD socket for a detachable sling swivel. The standard LMT ergo type grip, pistol grip. A close-up view of the ambidextrous bolt release. And also notice this one has the standard LMT bolt carrier, but you also notice there's a 0104 on there. Most European or most militaries would like to have matching serial numbers on all major components to ensure they don't get mixed up. The magazine chosen by them was the magazine PMag Gen 3 with mag level. That is the magazine chosen by New Zealand Defence Force. This is the MRP CQB upper receiver, one-piece upper receiver manufactured from a single forging of 75-76 aircraft grade aluminum. The barrel is a 16-inch barrel, which has a mid-length gas system, a war comp brake for using Surefire sound suppressors. Also notice there's a bayonet lug on here. The bayonet actually goes on sideways. The reason why the bayonet goes on sideways is so a LMT grenade launcher can be placed on the bottom of any of these type rifles, and the bayonet will not interfere with the grenade launcher. Also, to go along with the war comp, a new blank firing adapter was designed for the New Zealand Defence Force. A little larger than the normal, but it's there so it will actually work with any of these war comp muzzle brakes and flash hiders. On the opposite side, you will notice a New Zealand serial number, but you'll also notice there's a New Zealand serial number on the top of the upper receiver. This also is to make sure that this receiver stays with this bolt carrier and this lower receiver. On top, we have LMT's new folding backup sights. As per the customer, these are actually in meters instead of inches. We have an ambidextrous windage knob, both sides. To adjust elevation, we rotate the dial upwards, up to 700 yards. We also have an L-shaped aperture, one larger for short range and one standard for normal ranges. We also have the folding front sight, which is a standard A2 front sight post. To fold back, we just drop them back. Also notice on the side here we have a microchip basically, which enables them to track inventory as well as maintenance logs. Traditionally, the New Zealand Special Forces have often used completely different weapons than were used by the regular military. They wanted a much more specialized rifle, one that was much more accurate, reliable, durable. However, during the trials for the infantry rifle, the Special Forces was quite impressed with the durability, reliability, and accuracy of the LMT rifle. So they decided to replace all of their rifles in inventory with LMT rifles. However, they wanted a slightly different rifle, not much, but just slightly different. So they adopted the Mars LSO, or Special Operations Rifle. Taking a look at it, first thing we notice is different is the buttstock itself. Instead of using the LMT SOT mod, they went with a more lightweight Magpul CTR stock. Notice that there's a lock to keep the stock from moving in unwanted time. You also have dual sockets for quick detachment points for slings. Same lower receiver as the Mars L. All the same ambidextrous features. The upper receiver, however, is a major difference also. Instead of going with the CQB version of the MRP, they went with the standard MRP, which is a much longer handguard length. And we also are using a 14.5-inch barrel versus a 16-inch barrel. And instead of using a standard WarComp flash suppressor, we're using a compensator. We do have flash suppressing capabilities, but we also have compensation as well. Notice from the holes on the top. This also is equipped with the front and rear folding backup sights. Another major departure between the rest of the rifles and this one is the actual bolt carrier itself. Instead of going with the standard bolt carrier group, mil-spec bolt carrier group, the Special Forces were inclined to go with the LMT Enhanced Bolt Carrier Group. The Enhanced Bolt Carrier Group is perhaps one of the finest enhancements you can do to any of these rifles. It has several variations. Also notice you have a serial number, the last 4 digits of the serial number on the bolt carrier, just to make sure nothing gets messed up or mixed up. We're using the Enhanced Bolt, which has a fully supported base for the cartridge on the bolt. We have a much more aggressive extractor. Grips more. It's a lot more reliable. Dual extractor springs. This is made of a much stronger material than the standard Carpenter 150. It is a proprietary nickel type finish. Another major feature on the Enhanced Bolt Carrier Group is the modified cam track. What this does, it increases the dwell time, which allows more time for the cartridge case to remove residual pressures to decrease to allow an easier extraction. Also, the enhanced carrier has a different way that introduces the gas actually into the bolt carrier itself. Instead of it going directly straight down, it actually goes off into both angles to allow more evenly. These two rifles are going to be the new standards for the New Zealand Defence Force. Another thing that's interesting about New Zealand was the ammunition that they have chosen for this rifle. Unlike normal NATO countries, they're not going with the M855 or the SS-109 62 grain projectile. They've adopted as their general purpose issue round the Mark 262 Mod 1, which is a U.S. Special Forces ammunition, which is a 77 grain open tip match. It's a match grade projectile that has incredible terminal performance over standard ball. It's much more predictable. It's not yaw dependable. It's an excellent all-around cartridge. So we're very fortunate to be able to have an opportunity to take a look at these new guns in depth. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.